So today I am digging out my dahlias, which I grew in some grow bags. And these were already hit by frost twice, so I do believe they are ready for me to dig out. So I grew them in grow bags last year as well, and it worked out very well for me, so I did it again this year. These are the Millennia Floor, and I absolutely love them. They're a smaller type of dahlia, and I feel like I can work with those much better. And I'm considering on buying some other types of the small ball dahlias. These were tubers that I saved over winter, and I had divided them in the fall, and each grow bag had either 1 or 2 tubers, so as you can see they really multiplied, and that is my plan this year again, is to divide them in the fall. So I had about 6 or 7 grow bags, but one of them I did grow in a container. And it is such a difference on how they grew in a container versus the grow bag. The roots you'll see are actually wrapped around the whole container. So now I'm just going to rinse them all off and clean them up so I can start dividing. So here are all my tubers, and I'm just going to put them in a box and then bring them inside and put them in a cool, dark place so that they can just dry off a little bit more. Now I'm just going to get some of the dahlias that are in the ground. This one I dug up and didn't realize I wasn't recording. This is my Arabian Night, which is one of the ones I absolutely want to have again next year. So I have also 2 Thomas Edisons here and 1 other Arabian Night. So here are the only 2 I have left. I have 1 of the Arabian Night and 1 of the Thomas Edison. We had so much rain this summer, so I guess just 2 of them ended up rotting, but at least I have something. So after they've fully dried out for a couple of days, I'm now going to start dividing them. And hopefully I can have some that I can grow next year. I'm going to mostly divide them into individual tubers. So several of the cuts I made seem to be getting black, and I'm afraid of potentially it rotting or starting some sort of fungal issue. So I decided to dip them in cinnamon. I have used this method before, but usually I have used it when I've taken them out of storage and started to regrow them and noticed that there was some fungal problems. And I do have fungal problems in my garden, so I assume that that could be a big issue for me. And I think dipping them in the cinnamon will really help them and make sure some of them can survive. I'm really only looking for maybe 3 or 4 of the Millennia Flor, 2 of the Arabian Night, and maybe 1 or 2 of the Thomas Edison. And even if one of each survive, I can still take cuttings and give my hand a try at growing them from cuttings. So last year I had used a Sharpie to label some of them, but this year I'm going to use some stamps that I have, some letter stamps, and just use the initials to stamp each one with their initials so that I can identify them. I will put some tags and, the boxes will be labeled, but I do like having the actual, some sort of identification on the actual tuber. So this year I have decided to store all of my dahlias using the saran wrap method. And I tried this out last year. So normally I used to save them in the pine shavings, but it would dry them out way too much. And I had tested 2 of them where I used the saran wrap method. And again, last year I did cut them into individual tubers in the fall, and that worked so well for me that I decided that maybe I should try all of them this way. And so yeah, I'm just going to wrap each one of them, and even if I have 2 tubers together, I'm going to wrap them in their own separate saran wrap, but some of the other ones I'm going to put about 5 in each one. So all of my tubers have fit into 2 shoe boxes. The Millennia Flor are all in this box, and I did put some pine shavings just to fill in some of the gaps, but I have 2 stacks of the Millennia Flor, so I have plenty. If 2, like I said, at least 2 make it, I can get some cuttings from it and try to grow more, because I really only want about 4 grow bags of the Millennia Flor. So that should be sufficient. And then in the other box, I put in here the Arabian Night and the Thomas Edison. So one layer is the Arabian Night, and right underneath it is the Thomas Edison. So that's it. And I will be checking on them once in a while and seeing how they hold up. But I think this will be a great method for me. So thanks for watching. hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.